Thank you guys for tuning in to another session of MoveRa. I am Maxwell,
I am Dalia.
and we want to welcome you so warmly to this beautiful intentional movement through kinesthetic practices as well as intentional breath. This was actually curated through our senses and the way that our body speaks, and shifting that mindset from working out something and working in those tensions. So the first portion of this is going to be about kinesthetically talking to the body, holding on to an intention through mudras, which are yogic hand gestures based on meridian, based on elementals, whatever you feel is this energetic relation in your body, and holding that intention and guiding it through the movement, through that tension that we build up in the body. After that, we'll shift into the Pilates session, which Dahlia will guide you so
Yes.
beautifully through.
So then we're gonna continue with the Pilates moves to strengthen the whole body, but especially the core, working on our inner strength, our inner power, keeping that intention in mind. So it's like a moving meditation. And we will end with meditation, breathing, bring it all in, anchoring it all in. Enjoy this beautiful journey with us of intentional body movements and breath.
Oh, yeah. All right. So welcome to another day of MoveRa. Again, if you guys are not familiar with mudras, we're going to be working with some intention today. So it's going to be a little bit of mind focus on creating power through peace, whatever peace means for you, whatever cadence is. And today we're going to really kind of feel into that energetics and feel the rhythm of it, somatically, kinesthetically as well. So with working with the mudras, Eastern practice is based on like elements or planets or meridians, things like that. But generally, we're going to be working with just whatever our intention is and how they feel. So today we're going to be working on solar plexus and sacral energy, and really bringing that up into the throat as well as the like third eye. So really about this sense of what empowers our peace. You know, what creates that, what stirs it, and in a few minutes, we're going to go through, I guess you could say, an intention setting. Just listen to the body, and you're going to have about a minute or two just to come up with an intention that you want to listen for and hold on to. So the prompt question is going to be, what is the taste of your peace? So if you could bring your sense of peace, or whatever that means to you, what taste would it have? And try to bring this, ask your body that, and allow your body to tell you exactly what that is. And let's focus on some deep breathing for about 1 minute, okay? So let's breathe in nice and deep into the nose, down into the belly, into the pelvic floor as low as you can. And just allowing that question to move around the body, and just settle into the silence and listen to that sensation. Deep breaths as low as you can, bringing it down into the sacrum, into the pelvic bowl. Three more breaths. Last breath. Nice deep inhale. And exhale. Good. So whatever that intention was, whatever that sensation was, try to hold on to that taste, whether if it's bringing an image of something that reminds you of that taste, whatever it may be. But we're going to start to bring that internal peace and really pull up that power behind it and create that forward. So our first mudra we're going to be doing is called Pushan, and it's going to be activating the sacral as well as the solar plexus, but a little bit more of the sacral. So with your right hand, you're going to go thumb to the index and the middle finger, holding lightly here. And with the left hand, it's going to go middle finger and ring finger, holding lightly here. So just holding those, we're going to go through the two movements. So always the first movement is going to be a little bit more just of the stirring. So we're just kind of like slowly getting the energy moving. And then that second movement is going to be really giving it some power. So holding on to that taste, and we want to keep the hand position very light so that intention is very clear, and focusing on that intention inside. Where do I want to bring that tension to as I'm breathing? Coming into we're going to be breathing into the rib cage today. So rather than breathing low into the belly, we're going to bring the breath up here into the ribs, and that's where we're going to be pushing from. So we're going to have 2 rounds of the movements, 1 minute for each, and then we'll go on to the next mudra. Cool? Thing clear? Yeah? Fantastic. All right. So the first one, we're going to be laying down. Ooh. So these ones are going to be called half cocoons. So we're going to be holding the mudra, holding that intention in our mind. And as we come out, we're going to go out into a cross position. So hands wide out. And I want you to think about moving your hands out that way. So to your left and to your right. So opening up nice and wide. And as we sit up, we're going to bring one leg in and we're going to cross the hands. Inhale down. Exhale up, and then bring the next leg up. So we're leading with that heel, pulling it in, crossing the arms. Inhale, exhale. So let's go for 1 minute, and this one will be a little bit guided, just holding on to it. The second one is going to be all us, okay? So start laying down, nice deep inhale into the rib cage, and go. As you're breathing into the rib cage, feel the inhale, feel the full expansion onto the ground, into the back of the ribs, into the front of the ribs. And as you're sitting up, fold the abdominals in, really pushing out all the air from the ribs, feeling that contraction around all the organs. Stirring that energy from the sacral up into the solar plexus. Getting in touch with that power that's behind that creativity. 5 seconds. And good. So just lay down and take a couple deep breaths. Feel into the belly. We're going to go into the second movement. So we're going to roll over and still holding that mudra. So remember, fingers are nice and light. We're going to go onto the elbows into a low plank position. So feet together, nice and tight. We're going to bring the hips up, and we're going to go into low plank rolls. So we're going to touch the sides of the hips right to the ground. If this becomes too difficult, you can bring your knees down and still rotate the hips. So really here, we're just getting some core activation and really pushing forward with that stirring that we did. Okay? So let's go for 1 minute. 3, 2, 1, go. So remember, you can move your body as fast as you like, as slow as you like, just finding that pace. Finding that pace within that piece and holding on to that. Holding on to the taste of it. And this mudra, Pushan, is about absorption of nutrients and prana and new energies and how it's digested and absorbed into our body. How does that peace absorb into your body? Deep breaths into the rib cage. Holding the fingers nice and light. Last 2 breaths. And good. So you can lay down for just a moment. Allow the core to relax. Feel around the hips. Start to get a sensation of that energy coming up. Okay, we're going to roll over. We're going to go back to the first movement. So this is going to be the last minute with this one. So really give yourself a challenge here. Find those limits. Really crunch into the abdominals. Big deep breaths into the rib cage. 3, 2, 1, and go. Last 2 breaths. And good. So as you come back into the breath, breathing nice and deep, filling the ribs up. Feel that rhythm of the heartbeat. Find that peace within it. Okay, and let's roll over. So still holding that mudra, we're going to go into the low plank rolls. Core nice and ready. 3, 2, 1, and up. Holding on to that taste, holding on to that sensation. Last 2 breaths. And come down. I'm just gonna lay on the mat nice and flat. Feel into that sensation. Feel the absorption, the activation. Nice deep breath into the rib cage. When you're ready, you can come up into a kneeling position. Okay, so for this one, we're going to stand up. And we're going to go into a little bit more low body movement and thinking of ourselves as a little bit more long now. So this next one is called matangi. So we're going to interlace all the fingers except the middle finger. So everything goes down, middle finger stays up, thumbs across each other. So we're holding in this position, and this meridian has to more so deal with heart as well as your spirit or prana, however you want to think about your chi. And this is what we're offering into in this sense of the movement and this expression, this internal piece that we have, and we're really directing it. So we can do this in 2 different ways. If you have any knee issues or anything like that, you can do it kneeling. If not, you can do it standing up. So we're going to take 1 big step forward, and we're going to go into a kneeling position, but we're going to think about the back knee coming down this way. And as we come down, we're pressing up and back. So we're going to be up here. Inhale nice and deep at the chest. Come down and lift up. You can touch the knee to the ground if you'd like, or if not, and you have a little trouble balancing or any knee issues, you can just come here and lean forward and lift the hands up and back. Okay? So it's up to you. We have 2 rounds of doing this. You can do both. So let's go into the mudra and hold on to that sensation. Hold on to that taste, and we're just going to do 1 leg. 3, 2, 1, and go. So inhaling as we come down, keeping that foot nice and flat, nice and easy. And you want to feel that length from the tip of your fingers all the way down the body, through the hip flexor into the toes. Good. Holding on to that sensation, or keeping the hands nice and light. Feeling where your body is most strong at. Feeling where that resistance is, there's any restriction, just allowing peace to flow to that space. Create peace within that space, within that restriction. Last 2 breaths. And good. Amazing. Okay, next one. So we're going to lay down and we're going to go into a frog position. So soles of the feet are going to be together just like this. We're going to lay all the way out. Still holding that same mudra, the matangi. Holding here, so middle finger is straight up. And what we're going to do is going to be a hollow frog. So all we're going to do is bring the shoulders up over the head. And as we bring the hands up over the chest, You can either bring the feet and the arms up together, or you can keep the feet on the ground and just do the top. So inhale, exhale, and you can bring the feet up as well. So we have 1 minute with this. Let's try to see how deep we can go with that sensation. What are some things that have given you that same sensation, that same taste? Is it your favorite food? Favorite drink? Can you bring that peace to an external sense and let it emanate into your external world? We're winding up and stirring this energy within with our breath and guiding it, setting a new tone and a new cadence to the physical tension that's in our body, accepting and embracing the language that it speaks, emanating that peace. Last 2 breaths. Reaching up nice and high. And good. When you're ready, we can come up into that standing position. Okay, so we're going to go into this next leg. And also with this Mantangi mudra, it's really meant to stimulate, and you have all the other fingers that are coming down, they're bowing to that spirit. It's just about boosting the physical, the mental, and that strength and courage within. So let's take that, bring it right into that intention, bring it right into that peace, into that sensation. We have 1 minute, 3, 2, and go. Last 2 breaths. And good. Okay, last frog position. Let's bring the heels together. And if you feel okay to it, try to give yourself a nice long stretch in that downward movement. And as you're coming up, nice swift movement all the way to the top, bringing the legs up. We have 1 minute and go. Last 2 breaths. And good. Let's keep the body on the ground. Take a couple deep breaths. Okay, when you come back to the body, you're going to come up into a standing position. So now this next one, we're going to be mixing all of them together now. So we tied up this stirring between the sacral and the solar plexus and that creative power. We're bringing that piece up and out. So with this one, we're gonna do a little bit of cymatics, which is like the auditory sense, and just bringing out some more verbalization to it, and we're gonna enhance it a little bit. So with this mudra, it's called pita. So we're gonna take the thumb, bring it to the ring side of the ring finger, like right to the side of the nail, and the index finger is gonna come to that little bend in that little joint in the thumb. So right to the ring side of the ring finger, index finger into the little point here, and then the left hand is going to go thumb to pinky. So we're going to be holding these two, just like this. So the first movement is going to be a march with an extension. So we're going to bring the hands up here, and we're going to think about flexing the triceps. So keep the elbows pointed straight out at about 90 degrees, and we're going to extend out this way. So the arms are nice and straight, and as we come back in, we're just keeping the elbows elevated. And as we come up, we're going to march. So up and out. So here we're extending and flexing those triceps nice and hard. And as we're pulling this up, we're pulling up from the body. So the auditory one for this one is going to be Vram, Vram, Ham, Vam, Dam. Okay? Yes. Vram, Ham, Vam, sorry. Om. So we're thinking from here. Vram, Ham, Vam, Om. Okay? So ring finger, index finger in, thumb to the pinky. So as we're in and we're up, Ram, Ham, Vam, Om. There you go. Okay? Ram, Ham, Vam, Om. Ram, Ham, Vam, Om. Good. Ram, Ham, Vam, Om. 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 Last 2 breaths. And good. So we're going to still hold into that mudra. And this one is going to be lotus hip thrust. So we're going to sit down. So there's 2 ways of doing this. If you have like mobility restrictions or anything like that, you can always just do this one kneeling with the legs crossed. And you can just sit back and come into this position and do your hip thrust there. But the full position is going to be all the way down. If you can get into lotus, that's cool. If you can't, sit cross-legged. We're going to hold here. We're going to lean forward and hip thrust forward. So just as that, holding that balance there, that's where we want to pull it in and hold there. Come down. Exhale up. So we got 1 minute with this. So again, you can still, especially with the cymatics and the auditory, it's meant to go a little bit longer. So it's like ram, ham, vam, om. So if you want to do that at your own cadence outward, you can. If not, you can always do it in your head. It's up to you. Okay? So let's go thumb to the ring, index in, thumb to the pinky. We got 1 minute, so deep breaths into the rib cage. Exhale and up. Ram, ham, vam, om, ram, ham, vam, om, ram, vam, ham, om. Last 2 breaths. Ram, ham, vam, om. And hold. Go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. And just notice maybe the knees are a little bit restricted. Maybe the ankles are, feeling into the hips, feeling into where that piece is at still. Maybe lost the sensation, but bringing that back in. And this is where we're letting the mind, letting the body settle into what they exactly do. And just surrendering. Surrendering to the body, surrendering to the breath, surrendering to the mind. And really what we're doing is we're surrendering to the intelligence that's a lot deeper. Trusting the mind to do what it does. Trusting the body to do what it does. Trusting the emotions to do what they do. And just remember that we are the observer. So let's go into the last minute. So thumb to the pinky on the left. Nail side of the ring. Index in. Our elbows are up. Knee is up, holding that balance. 3, 2, and go. Ram, ham, vam, om. Ram, ham, vam, om. Ram, ham, vam, om. Ram, ham, vam, om. Last 2 breaths. Ram, ham, vam, om. And good. So just allow the arms to move out. Let's come down to our last minute, holding that sensation, holding that breath. Try to bring that taste, bring that sensation into the body. So remember, Pitta is about energizing, pulling all of that up and out into your physical. 3, 2, 1, and up. Ram Ham Vam Om. 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 Last 2 breaths. Ram Ham Vam Om. Ram Ham Vam Om. And hold the last one. Just let it settle into the body. Nice deep breaths into the rib cage, bringing that heart rate, bringing that rhythm back into pace, back into that peace, back into that sensation, bridging the two, feeling the power behind it. Okay, we're just going to shake out the body just a little bit before we make our transition to some Pilates. So just allow the body to shake out, move it around, and if anything came up with any of these intentions, with any of the sensations, the movements, just allow yourself to listen to the body and allow it to speak to you.
So really just feel into that peace, that pause, together with that power. It's like all coming together, and that's actually the sun. So we're drawing the sun energetically in front of us from within to outside, okay? So inhale as deep as you can, round. Exhale until nothing is left. So exhale fully. And then when everything is out, you go up again, you lift. Inhale deep, go to the side and take your time. Big circle. And at the end, your hand palms are facing upward when you end with the sun, with the circle fully. Inhale up and just keep flowing. Keep flowing and feeling everything coming together. The power, the peace, especially in that pause. Feeling into it. And exhale everything. Let just everything go out of the body. Feel whatever comes up. Let it flow. Make it as big as you can. Round. Full and whole. Stay in that pause as long as you can, exhaling every little bit out until you rise again, full circle, big sun. Your power, your confidence within, your powerful center, your willpower. Feel into that. Do 2 more, as big as you can, fully. And the last one we hold with our arms up. Hold the breath. Keep holding, lengthen the arms. Keep holding the breath, arms go to the side, open up. And then exhale, arms down and to the front, round as you can. Exhale everything out. Keeping the eyes closed and slowly coming back in a seated position, however you feel comfortable. Maybe you want to rotate the shoulders a little bit or just move your head from side to side, release some tension in the neck. Maybe some circles or half circles for the neck muscles, or just sit with the eyes closed and start with deep breathing. And it's gonna be expanding to the rib cage with every inhale. Expand the rib cage and the belly too. Exhale, come back. And this is the inner sun, and you're gonna envision that too. It's like your inner sun expanding the rays when you inhale all the way out as much as you can, and then exhaling, coming back to the center. Inhaling, expanding, and no pause after your exhale, so it's in and out. In, expand. Exhale, come back. As deep as you can, relax the face muscles, relax the shoulders, and keep breathing. Deep breaths. Deep, deep breaths, and connect. Connect with that power that you've been working with, that energy. Also with the peace, the taste of that peace. Bring it back. Feel it and just keep breathing into it. With the next breath, as deep as you can, inhale, hold the inhale and squeeze the muscles of your perineum. Squeeze it to have the energy flowing up. that inner peace that's always within you. Slowly exhale and just relax the muscles. You can do this a few times. Inhale as deep as you can, keeping the shoulders low. Hold the inhale, squeeze up from the roots, and just see yourself from a distance. Zoom out, just see yourself radiating your unique lights. And what is that unique light that you have within? Exhale, slowly relax the muscles. Inhale as deep as you can. Hold it, squeeze. And while you're seeing yourself, just feel into that unique light that you have that no one else has. And what you can create out of it. For yourself, for others, for this world. Exhale, let go, relax. 2 more times. Inhale as deep as you can. Hold the inhale, squeeze up those muscles, up from the roots. Keep squeezing and keep feeling into that unique light, that unique power, that creative power that you have. See yourself emanating that light while you're sitting here. Just slowly exhale. The last one, as deep as you can. Inhale. Hold it, squeeze, keep holding. Stay zoomed out, looking at yourself with your own unique power. Feeling what that is for you, what comes up, how you can dive deeper into that because it's there, it's within you and no one else has it. It's the authentic light that you have, the authentic power. Exhale slowly. And if you want to, you can lay down for the last parts or just stay in a seated position, just feel into it. And we're going to go into the connected breath as before, inhaling into your inner sun and exhaling. Inhale, feel the expansion. Exhale, slowly coming back and keep breathing. Feel that energy circulating, flowing through the body, creating more and more within you. And also feeling that peace that you have within because you know that this is always there, this is yours. And this is what gives us the peace and knowing that it's all within and it's infinite. Infinite power, infinite creation, clarity. Our center, it's so important, and we always can tune into that. We are so connected with that, and that is the inner peace of it all. Knowing that it's all there, just keep breathing into that, and whatever comes up for you, and take your time. Just really dive into it. as deep as you can. Keep flowing with that breath. Dive deep into that warmth, that heat of your inner sun, your power. While also breathing in the peace, anchoring in that peace that will always keep you centered, whatever happens outside of you. You just breathe yourself into your own inner peace while you're creating from within your power, your unique light into this world. Feel into that. Bring it all together. Everything that's been coming up, that you've been feeling through this whole session, through the movements, through the stillness, through the stretching. Bring it all together. And what can you create? What can you emanate into the world? And also into yourself with all of that. Inhale as deep as you can and hold the inhale one more time. Completing it all. Knowing that it's all happening for you and you're in full power. Slowly exhale. Just relax. If you want to, you can lay down on your side before sitting up. If you're sitting up already, just stay seated and go into a slow breath through the nose. Feeling into the completion of it all that you've been anchoring in today. Feeling that confidence and inner peace that you're so tuned into, and nothing can get you out of that or distracted from that because it's so deep within you. Bring the hand palms together and just warm them up. Warm them up together whenever you're ready. And bring them to the eyes, gently pressure. Inhale slowly. Exhale and just massage them gently before opening them up later on. And keeping them closed for the last one bit. Bring the hand palms together towards the heart space. Just take a moment to thank yourself, to choose to be in this space, that you chose to work on yourself within, without, or as out, with each other, creating this powerful energy together, tapping into your inner power, your inner peace, to express yourself with more clarity, all that beautiful creative power within. Feel into it and thank yourself. Deep inhale. slowly exhale, and if you feel like it, you just bend forward, stretch out the arms, and just let it all settle in. Take your time to come back, open the eyes, and coming back to the body, take your time to let everything settle in. And if you have your notebook with you or your journal, you can express yourself through the writing, anything that came up. Put it in the phone, or just let it settle in within your body and just feeling into that. Take all your time. Also, for the people at home, thank you all so much, and I'll see you all next week. Take your time to just settle in, or just maybe another move that your body needs.
Thank you guys for showing up today, not only for us, but for yourself as well, and bringing this intention and following it through with not only your body, not only your mind, but your spirit as well. Just remember that these classes, these sessions will always be available to you. These practices are meant for you to be taking on your path. So utilizing the mudras to bring back those intentions and really listen to the body in the way that it speaks to you. So if you need to write it down, dance it out, paint it out, however it may be, take those intentions into your life and continue on your journey.
Yes, and it doesn't stop after this session, it's ongoing. So the coming days, whatever comes up, write it down. Keep feeling into it, keep working with it. And yeah, let's just continue rising all together. We see you next week.